I need warriors. I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
Zack Snyder's Justice League was one of the most heavily discussed and widely anticipated releases of 2021. But it wasn't the only movie that wowed us from the filmmaker. Here's a roundup of our movies we love from Zack Snyder. We're going all the way back to 2004 with Snyder's first release, Dawn of the Dead, about a group of lone survivors seeking refuge during a zombie apocalypse.
Look up the road, there's a lot more of them. Why are they coming here?
Maybe they're coming for us.
With the film, Snyder helped usher in a wave of both horror remakes and zombie films and positioned himself as one of the hotly discussed filmmakers of his generation. 2006 brought Snyder's box office smash 300 to the big screen. Looking like a graphic novel come to life using the efforts of just a green screen, the historical action movie follows the Battle of Thermopylae and stars Gerard Butler as King Leonidas, who leads 300 Spartans into battle against the Persian god king Xerxes, played by Rodrigo Santoro.
This is Sparta!
The film was the first movie Snyder made with Warner Brothers, the beginnings of a long-running partnership between the filmmaker and studio. 2009 brought Watchmen, based on the comics by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. The film was the start of the filmmaker's journey towards superhero adaptations. The dystopian pick is set in an alternate history and follows a masked vigilante investigating the murder of a colleague. The movie features an all-star cast with Jackie Earle Haley, Malin Ackerman, Billy Crudup, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Patrick Wilson, among others.
John thinks that there's going to be a nuclear war.
What if that's why someone wants us out of the way? So we can't do anything to stop it.
Snyder pivoted in 2010 with the computer-animated Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole, based on the book series by Catherine Lasky. And in 2011, the filmmaker ventured into his first original work, Sucker Punch. The psychological fantasy film starred Emily Browning as a girl slipping into a dream world in order to escape her darker reality in an insane asylum.
What you're imagining right now, you control this world.
2 years later, Snyder relaunched DC's film universe, beginning with 2013's Man of Steel, which starred Henry Cavill as Superman and proved to be a darker, more violent take on the comics. The film grossed over $668 million worldwide and went on to becoming one of the top 10 highest-grossing films of that year.
In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
Continued his collaboration with DC for 2016's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, introducing the world to Ben Affleck's Batman.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man.
His efforts on the first two films brings us to Zack Snyder's Justice League. For this, we have to take it all the way back to 2017 with Justice League. Originally spearheading the superhero ensemble pick, the filmmaker had to leave the project due to the tragic death of his daughter. Filmmaker Joss Whedon took over for Snyder, however, Whedon's cut debuted to a muted box office and poor critical response. Soon, fans were calling to release the Snyder Cut after learning of the filmmaker's version. Due to the power of the fandom, the Snyder Cut was released to many delighted fans on HBO Max this past year.
You were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes you the rest of your life, find out what that reason is.
2021 was a big year for Snyder, who 17 years after Dawn of the Dead headed back to his zombie roots for his most recent project, Army of the Dead. The film, led by Dave Bautista, follows a group of mercenaries who venture into a zombie-infested casino to steal $200 million from the casino's vault. Snyder was able to launch his own Army of the Dead universe with the film via the live-action prequel and the animated series. Coming up next for the filmmaker is heading into faraway galaxies with Rebel Moon, about a peaceful colony on the edge of the galaxy threatened by the armies of a tyrannical regent. Although we don't have an exact release date for that one, fans can expect to be nothing short of wowed by the filmmaker once again. For more on Zack Snyder and movies we love, head to thr.com. And for the latest entertainment news and updates, keep watching the Hollywood Reporter News.